Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Mousy and I'm the ultimate SL clout chaser. We have a treat for you today. We're talking about Second Life, 7+ signs of a toxic SL relationship. This is now the Campfire Chronicles and it's featuring Mika Snow, Adore, Skylar, Ghost, YZ, Kiyomi, one of the clout chasing subscribers, part of the gang, and we're just gonna Crimson. How could we forget the most important Crimson? You guys haven't seen her for a long time, and she's you're one of the favorites on the channel whenever we have you on like interviews and roundtables and things like that, so I couldn't forget you. Sorry about that, Crimson. And of course my sis Junie is here as well. So we have a lot of people. I'll be camming around. I'll let everyone introduce themselves and let you know where you can find them, and so that's that. And while we're doing the introductions, it'll give people time to get into the room. All right, so we'll start with Mika and then come back to Adore and go around. We'll go to Mika. Let's start with you, Mika, and then we'll go to Ghost and kind of like that, okay? So hey Mika, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. So just my little intro.
Yeah, tell us about yourself. Where can we find you?
Okay, well, my name is Mika Snow, and I am the host of the Mika Snow Second Life YouTube channel. You can find me on YouTube consistently now because I'm consistent these days. I also stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/Mika Snow, and I'm always tweeting things that I should probably leave in my drafts. So check me out there.
What do you Twitch? Because Second Life's not allowed on Twitch, or are you doing that and I'm blowing your spot up now?
Oh, no, I don't want to get banned. But I usually do Grand Theft Auto roleplay. And then whatever other game I'm interested in for the day.
Okay, so guys, at the end of this, I'll leave Mika's YouTube channel link below. That way you guys could go find her. All right then, so we have Ghosty here. Hey Ghost, how are you doing?
Doing good, Mousy. It's Ghost. My Second Life name, blah blah, I can't talk. My Second Life name is Zephyr, NovaStar. You can find me for Gotta Getcha Gacha reviews on YouTube and on Facebook. I'm also a host at Ohana.
Awesome. What else are you going to do with your YouTube page?
I'm planning to also stream some games and stuff, mostly things like Minecraft, Stardew Valley, Fall Guys, stuff like that. I might actually get into some tutorials like how to organize your inventory and just some general setup stuff for Second Life.
Okay, awesome. I can't wait to see that. So guys, I just want to stop into the chat for a second. Hey, Katie. Katie said, I cannot wait to hear this tea. Yes, ma'am, you're going to hear it all today. Hey, Bethany. Hey, Carmi. Hey, Poison. And everyone else is with us, and I'm saying hey to them in person. So there we go. Hey, YZ, what's going on?
Hello everyone, I'm Yessenia Zero, also known as YZ. That's how I always start with my YouTube videos. Not much. I guess I just have a YouTube channel that I upload. I've been kind of slowed down lately, but I hope I'll be able to pick things up pretty soon. And yeah, that's it. I mean, I don't have anything else.
That's okay. What kind of content can we find on your channel?
Well, you expect reviews on Gotta Getcha Gacha, and also I talk about breedables. I did a little bit about ABC horses. I might do other breedables. And also I talk about mesh bodies and other things, and I hope that I might be able to record other games besides Second Life.
I was thinking about The Sims 4 because I do want to do that, but I feel it's so saturated. I did have a Sims 4 channel before I started the YouTube channel, and I think I was in a negative in terms of subscribers. Like, no one cared. So, but yeah, I think it's fun to play other games online because I know I definitely love to watch it. Hey, Junie, also known as PixelChixSimmer. What's going on, babe?
Hey y'all, it is June Jules. How you guys doing? I'm June Jules in World and also on YouTube on PixelChixSimmer. You can find me on my YouTube. I also have like an Instagram and a Flickr, but you could probably find that on my YouTube page if you it's in my about page. And I'm not really doing much, but I mean I have a resort that I'm opening coming up, and yeah, that's what I'm working on right now.
I'm so proud she announced it because usually June doesn't announce it. Yeah, it's Villas at the New Ibiza, and it's going to be amazing, guys. There's tons of roleplay there. I can't wait for you guys to see it. Maybe, June and Mika could hook up because Mika's been covering tons of vacations and resorts on her channel as well.
For sure. I would love that.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
See, making connections. All right, Adoorable Femme, how are you doing, babe?
Hey, bitches.
So tell us
doing
about
good.
yourself. What's going on with you?
So hi, I am Adoorable Femme. I also have a YouTube channel in case you're unaware. Also, I'm the only blonde YouTuber that has ever existed. Yeah. I have a show called Adoor's Next Top Model. It's currently in its 3rd season, and it's gonna continue very, very soon. And yeah, and I talk a lot and I talk shit.
We love talking. It makes us laugh, and especially in that deadpan that you do. So tell us, when is
God.
Adoor's Top Model coming back? Because I gotta lock you in with a date.
I don't have a specific date, but it's coming. So I'm just gonna figure out my real life health, and I'll get right into it. I really miss it.
That's true. How are you feeling these days? Because yeah, Adoor had a health scare recently.
No, I'm fine. I just gotta make sure that whether I'm gonna get into surgery or not. But I feel fine. I'm probably gonna be good. So, but compared to the first few days, I'm a lot better.
We're glad to hear it. Welcome back, Adoor.
Thanks.
Yes.
Hey, Kiyomi. How are you doing?
Hey Mousy, I'm doing pretty good, and Dora, I hope you get better really fast. And
Thank
hi
you.
everybody else. So I'm Kiyomi Exegri, and I'm one of Mousy's fans. So you can find me on her Discord or whatever. But I'm just I don't do anything. I'm just your average Second Life player. I do a little decorating, but nothing. Like all these other people here.
No, please don't play yourself down. So, do you have a decorating business, or is this something that you plan on doing, full time for others, or this is just for yourself?
Well, I have decorated one house right now for somebody, but they have it for rent right now, and nobody's rented it yet because I just got done with it. I don't know how to make a business on here or anything, so I just, I do my own thing. I get on, have a little fun.
Okay.
I love your accent.
I love it too. It's
Oh my god,
sweet
thank
tea.
you.
We love
Thank
it.
you all.
All right, hey Crimson, you guys. This is clout chasing favorite. Whenever we did roundtables, where have you been, girl? We haven't seen you for a minute.
Oh my gosh. Well, I've been basically Adoor's parole officer for the last few months.
Okay. I don't know why you would tell it to the live stream. That's private information. So you
Because, dude, I'm trying to get that clout. I know Adoorable Femme. Oh my god.
Bro, you do not need to blow my ego like that. It's already blown up. It's not.
Oh, come on. It's SL. The ego comes preloaded. Have you seen how sexy we all look in this mesh? Seriously.
Period. Yeah.
That's so true. Everyone's saying we do look good, though, guys.
Well, because we do. Look at us queens. Seriously.
So what are you up to these days, Crimson? Besides dressing like a feline dominatrix here.
Well, that... I was gonna say, that's my fursona, so don't even.
Fursona?
Bro, I've been questioning my sexuality ever since Crimson walked in. Okay.
Good. But no, I've just been trying to kind of catch up with 2020 and trying to deal with that first and foremost. I am the former CSR of Genus and former CSR of Meshbody. I'm a lot of former things right now, so I'm just kind of relaxing and enjoying this whole marshmallows and s'mores thing. This is awesome. This is what I need in real life.
Guys, I had to change it to Campfire Chronicles because my hot tub Chronicles kept getting reported and flagged and pulled down. So I was like, we have to wear more clothes, ladies.
What?
Yes, that's what happened. Yeah, hey Sky, what's going on, babe? Sky has her baby with her grandbaby, so I don't know if she's going to be able to talk to us, but she'll let us know soon. or she may be AFK. All right, so
Girl.
I'll come back.
Oh no.
All right, I'll come back to myself. All right, so guys, we're gonna get started right now, because I think that we kept you waiting long enough. So let's get started with 8 sides. Looking at everyone literally sip the tea. We're gonna spill the tea too, as well as sip it. So we're gonna get into 7 signs of a toxic SL relationship, guys. So the first sign that we have here, and we're all going to speak about, you suspect your partner may not be faithful to you. And we're saying suspect because obviously if someone's not being honest with you, a lot of times they will not come out and say, guess what, I'm cheating on you, or I have an alt and I have 3 other girlfriends under 3 other different identities.
I wish they would. The drama of that is everything. I wish they would.
Or
like seriously,
or you have,
if you
or you have Avies contacting your partner about. I mean, you have other Avies contacting you about your partner, letting you know that him or her is in their box, or they've had pixel sex or something like that. Anyone have anything to add? I'm opening the floor.
Well, I will say that, like, don't trust every hoe that says that, because seriously, I had one fight in the Gina store with somebody here who was like trying to basically scam people, and she's like, oh yeah, your man puts you out and runs trains on you, and I had to look it up, and I'm like, what is this, Thomas the Tank Engine? I don't understand. Your Gen Z talk isn't communicating. I'm like, oh you cheated on that you had sex with my man. I see. Okay, so you enjoy furries. Did you have fun yiffing? But it's like it always amuses me when people are like, oh my god, I had sex with your husband. Like, bitch, no you didn't. And if you did, the problem's on you.
But what if someone did in fact have sex? Because we're just giving people signals like, what if you are in a bad relationship and how could you identify it? So Crimson is saying sometimes people may come up to you and say things, but it's not always true. When do you give credence to what someone is saying?
I think it depends. Sorry. I was just going to say, I think it depends on your partner's response, because I had that happen to me. It actually happened live. Super funny.
What?
Oh my god.
I have heard about that.
Oh girl,
Okay,
I'm so sorry.
I have not witnessed this, but I've
Really?
heard about it.
Wow.
Okay, Mika,
I have not heard about that.
okay, spill the tea,
I'm
Mika.
pretty
What
clear.
happened?
Basically, I had a female hit me up, and she was like, your man is basically flirting with me, trying to ask me to marry him after we just got partnered. And so when I reached out to him, his defense was, oh, we're friends, we just play like that, don't feed into it too much. So I immediately shut it down, because if you're not showing respect to me, like if you think it's funny to play like that, then that's just toxic. So if that's how you play, then how do I know what you're actually out there doing when it's not being brought back to my attention? So I think if your partner is not responding appropriately, that's a red flag.
So
Absolutely.
Red Sonia says, Mika, I actually saw that on your live.
Oh, did they?
So the girl
Lord.
just, why didn't she get in your box? Like, I'm a little bit like suspicious of that. Why didn't she get in your box? Why did she wait on your live to do this?
Oh no, she did message me, but what happened was I had my IM box open on the live stream, and I wasn't anticipating getting that message, so I couldn't play it off. Yeah,
Aww.
it was kind of embarrassing, but shit happens.
Aww. Girl, who would cheat on
frankly-
you? Look at you.
Seriously.
I was gonna say, yeah, look at her.
Right.
I would be if I were the man in that situation, I would be the embarrassed one.
Girl,
Mm-hmm.
girl, you look like a bouncy castle right now. I want to
Well, if anybody wants to come bounce, slide in my DMs.
girl.
Yes.
That's so funny. All right,
From
so
one
what
kitty
if,
to another, meow.
what if you
Yes.
guys suspect that your partner has an alt? And how would you like be able to recognize that? And you guys can
Hold
tell me
on,
in the
though,
chat.
but like,
Okay, go ahead, Adore.
there's a difference between having an alt and like, let's say, keeping it a secret for whatever reason, because it doesn't necessarily mean that they're like cheating, or people can obviously like, I don't know,
yeah.
maybe want privacy or something. Because I feel like having an alt could be like an umbrella term to like, maybe they're keeping some part of their I guess activities or like their interests, which doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. Like, you shouldn't really jump to conclusions. but like, if you're not able to have like an open and honest conversation with someone and they're like immediately gaslighting you, I feel like that should really be a sign. But again, when you're in a situation, it's kind of hard to tell. Like you don't always know that you're in a situation until you're like out of it and you're like, holy shit. You know?
But let's keep it 100. Yeah, alt doesn't automatically mean cheating, but there are a lot of people who are known to disappear ghost relationships because they have an alt, or they're actually conducting an entirely new relationship under alt. So YZ, you said this actually happened to you. Could you tell us about it?
Yeah, I had this one relationship that this person had multiple alts. They had, I don't know how many. I mean, and they would be in a relationship with some of my friends. They would be in a relationship with some other people. And and when you get to know somebody pretty well, because I know this person for like 2 years, or maybe a little bit longer. And so when you know somebody, you can tell who they are, even if they are on alts, the way they talk and the way they dress. And I'm just sitting here going like, really? So you're going to go be in this relationship with one of my friends and try to be in a relationship with me with a different account, and you expect me not to be okay with that? You expect me to be like, what, like be naive?
Well,
no, that's not you.
So you're saying that this person started a relationship with one of your good friends, and because of the way the person dressed, or the AO style, or the way they spoke or chatted, I wouldn't say spoke because you probably recognized them right away, or the way they chatted, you recognized immediately that this was your partner in a different disguise. I mean, guys, like, that's a little crazy. Like,
I know. It's like, this person had multiple accounts, and they probably done other people as well that I don't know of. But seriously, I'm just like, oh gosh, okay, we're done. And I remember when it was over and stuff, they got mad. They started to tell my friends like, oh, that I blocked them. It's like, look, I didn't block them when they told me they blocked. I didn't block them when they said that I blocked them. I blocked them after they said that. So it's like,
after you discovered what they did. Yeah, that's like really hurtful, especially that they're like going to after your best friend.
Right, like why?
That it just seems a little crazy, right? So
and
Alex,
I have
I'm sorry, go ahead, June.
I was gonna say, like, some signs you can maybe tell if someone's like on an alt or like cheating on an alt. Like, I find that like it's usually hard for the person to keep up with all these different like alts and personalities and stuff. So if you find them, like, if there's a bunch of incidents where they're like, remember when we saw that movie the other night? And we're like, what movie? I don't remember seeing a movie with you. And you're like, oh, yeah, I'm sure we saw a movie, like, and stuff like that. Or like, let's say they're like looking for something in their inventory. They're like, I could have sworn I had this in my inventory. I'm like, well, it's probably on your alts inventory. Like, you know, stuff like that. Like,
if I may interject, I do want to go ahead and kind of put a note out there here for people who are in legitimate polyamory relationships, because that is something that you do on SL and be a lot more safe about it, so to speak. That being said here, though, one of the main tenets of having a relationship like that is open and being open and honest. You know what I mean? Like, the people here who are going to have alts and hide that kind of stuff and hide, you know, wanting to RP different relationships with different people, like, that's the thing. That's the big thing here. If they feel like they're having to hide it from you, that's an issue. But if they're being open and honest with you, like, listen to them.
Yeah, for sure. So Alex says, I have an alt, but in my profile I disclose that. I don't think it's like a bad thing, like Adore said, to have an alt, but there are circumstances where people do use alts to conduct other relationships, and we just want to talk about that. Yeah, absolutely, Adore. Go ahead.
So that's amazing, Alex. It's amazing. Like, I'm very happy that you're so open, but I feel like there should be no obligation for you to disclose anything on your own profile, because people just like hear the word alt and they're like, ooh, they assume all these things. I feel like you should not be able to disclose any. You shouldn't, be forced to disclose anything to anyone, or should feel like you must do that kind of thing. Because, girl, like, I have a fucking alt. Like, the reason being though is because it's like a male abbey and I can't really do that on Adore. But like, still, like, it doesn't necessarily mean. Because a lot of people just love to jump to conclusions, like, all the time. you know.
So
Yeah.
pushing up my nerd glasses here, I will say here having an alt is like having a different D&D character profile. That's literally all it is, and that's kind of what I was talking about here with the hiding thing. I don't hide the fact that I have alts. Like like back in the Lucky Chair day, man, I created alts for like every letter. But if I'm making an alt here, I'm playing as a completely different character. I'm not trying to get in any sort of romantic entanglements, etc. I'm just, I want to explore that particular character and that character story.
It's
Okay.
different though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree. I have a couple alts myself, but they're different. Like, I use them to just explore things in a different way, but I don't do anything that would harm friendship with people I already built, or especially a relationship.
Well, let me ask you this: if someone on your alt asks you like, "Hey, are you so and so?" Like, would you say yes or would you like hide it?
Oh my god, I would absolutely
no, I would tell them.
It depends
Yeah.
on the
We'll tell
account
them
that I'm
personally.
on.
Ooh, Mika, why does it depend?
Well, I mean, I'm not quiet about it, but I do have an account that's like a certified freak. Let's just say that, you know.
7 days
Good
a
on
week.
you.
Where I drain wallets. So like, if I'm on that account,
Ooh.
I would not be like, yes, I'm me. But if you're like a close friend or
Yeah.
family member, someone I'm dating, I'm upfront with it. But I think that's what's important. Don't hide it from people. There's nothing wrong with having an alt, but if you can't tell your close friends and family, then that's when it's toxic, especially in a relationship.
Yeah.
But in SL,
Yeah.
like everyone asks, like having it all is like the worst thing that you could possibly do. So I agree with you
Girl.
guys. It's not the worst thing that you could do having an alt, but if you're using it with the intention of playing with people's emotions and feelings, that's trash.
Yes, exactly.
Yep.
Okay.
100%
that.
that.
Let me
Because
read.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, sorry.
sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I
I'm
want.
pretty sure everybody. Am I talking or are you talking? I'm
No,
sorry.
go ahead, YZ. I was just gonna read comments, but I'm just gonna pan the camera to your face first.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure everybody, like almost everybody in Second Life, has an alt, one or two. I know I have some, and I know you guys most likely have some too. So it's not like it's unusual to have alts. It's just that it's a matter how you use them.
Exactly.
Yeah. So Kitty says, alts aren't bad. It's just what the person does with it. I had a friend that her husband had an alt and he used it to cheat on her with her own best friend right in front of her. And YZ, oh my God, this is
Oh.
exactly the same situation that you had. And I have one just to be the banker or a friend to my group. I let everyone know about it. And Katie Wanderlust says, that is just vomit. That guy is a vomit. That's it. Hey, Tatiana, how are you doing?
Tatiana. Oop.
Yeah, see, I don't like people like that. There's absolutely something wrong with them. So let's move on to
Yeah, like,
topic.
what is it with these mind game hoes?
Yeah, let's move on to the second topic. I just don't understand, why would you use it not only to cheat, but cheat with someone close to your partner? It's like a sociopath, right? Like,
Hold
there's
on,
something really wrong
before
with
we
them.
move on, let's ask ourselves this question. So if you're in a monogamous relationship with someone, are you morally like obligated to disclose to your partner that you have an alt, regardless of your reasoning for having one?
In time, yes. But only
Yeah.
because I believe here, if you're in a monogamous relationship with somebody for more than a month, you should be friends. And it shouldn't be an issue.
More than a month? Okay, I'm not gonna have that issue.
Because most SL relationships here last like 2 weeks. You don't necessarily-
Well, they last after like
that's
the first
dating
orgasm.
At that point.
They laughed
well,
after
yeah.
the first organ. Yeah, the people get bored with the same style of pixel sex, and they're like, "I'm out." You know, like that's true. Hi, Nessa. How are you doing? Okay, so let's go to number 2. If you feel like your partner is using you for money, you may be in a toxic SL relationship. So I did a roundtable about SL relationships, and we were talking about people ghosting and things like that. And one of the comments that I got from one of my subscribers was like, every time I'm in an SL relationship, it's like these guys are asking me for money or to buy them clothes and things like that, and I feel like they're using me. Is this a problem that anyone in the chat or in this circle has experienced before?
I have.
You
I have
I was
many
gonna say.
times, actually.
All right, tell me, Kiyomi,
Yeah.
about it.
Well, first it starts out normal, and then they start like, you may gift them something. And then the next time they may say, you know what, hey, you mind giving me like 25 L's, or just, it starts out small. And then over time, they just ask for more and more. And then finally it gets to the point where they're like, well, you're not getting me this, so you don't love me, so why do I need to be with you? And they're like, you know what, I'm going. And then you're like, just sitting there like, what? After all this? But the weird thing is, after all these relationships that I've been in on Second Life, only on Second Life, now this isn't real life, but after all this, now I'm in a relationship right now where I'm the person asking for the stuff, but he's like, he's so nice, and he's like, go ahead, take it. He's pushing the money on me, so I'm like, are you sure? And he says, yes, take it. So I'm like, all right, I'll take it.
And there's nothing wrong with your partner wanting to help you out, but if you have intentions of actually using someone, and I'm sorry that happened to you, Kaomi, like, that is absolutely wrong. Can you tell us some signs? I mean, like, obviously, besides them directly asking, would you say once you gave them what they asked for, they would disappear or anything weird like that?
Oh yes, I think well, it depends on if the person's a good person or not. If you with a piece of trash, of course they're gonna just eventually just, you know, ghost you or just plain out leave you after you don't give them what they want. But I think it's like that with sex or anything else, you know. Somebody don't get what they want, they just, you know, they done with you if they ain't the right person.
Yeah, absolutely. Does anyone have anything to add to that?
Bro, ain't no one ever asked me for money. I must look broke, girl. No one has ever asked me for money.
Totally. Well, as SL's, you know, self-proclaimed biggest sugar mama, like, I will say here there are times where...
You are.
No, I really am, though.
I have my
Well,
legacy body because of Crimson. And some other things. Thank you, Crimson.
Bro, listen, I fucking logged on one day and I have like 2 Catwas in my inventory and I'm like, okay.
It's your birthday, of course. If I can't give some of my favorite girls head in Second Life here, what can I do?
Oh no.
I know, that's
Listen, I just dropped my phone and that's your fault. I'm suing you right now. I just dropped my phone. Yeah, I love Catwa. Catwa, if you're watching, I love you. Sponsor.
I will say here, though, that there's always a difference here, because there are some people who I will just throw things at here, and they'll be like, Crimson, stop buying me things. And, like, I respect that, but, like, you also see the other people who are like, you know, I was thinking about this.
Yeah.
And then you change the conversation here, and then, you know, 5 minutes later, do you think I should get this? I don't know if I have enough money right now. And it's just these little hints here that you're supposed to pick up on.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I don't like that, Crimson.
That's
Or you know when they're like,
I don't
you know
like
when they're
that.
like, I gotta pay rent, but I can't afford it, and I really want this back, but like my rent is coming. That's my favorite too, honestly.
yeah. And I mean,
I've
some
heard
people
that
are
so
legit
many times.
just saying that, you know. But there's
I've
you
been that
start to
person,
notice
so-
a pattern after a while.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's move to the next one. So guys, if you notice a pattern or you get the inkling or intuition that someone is using you for your money, like, please listen to that. So number 3, your partner monopolizes your time and wants to keep tabs on you 24/7. Has that ever happened to anyone here?
Yes.
Okay, Ghost.
Yes. When I first came to Second Life, I had a partner who wanted me to be around him and his boyfriend 24/7, to the point where even if I AFK to go do something in real life, like take care of my kid or go to the bathroom or answer the door, he would throw a man-baby hissy fit that would like literally equal epic proportions. It was just not fun. I have to have my own space in a relationship, whether it's monogamous or polyamorous.
Can I ask you
I have
guys
to
a
have my own-
question? What if let's talk about the different relationships, because you guys threw out monogamous, polyamorous. What if it's a BDSM relationship? Is that different?
There's a certain line that I personally feel that even in that kind of relationship where it can cross into toxic, at some point the sub needs their own space. If you can't give it to them, or you don't want to give it to them, you might be in a toxic dynamic.
Okay.
The flip side is if you're so worried about your partner being away from you for that long, you know, you should really examine your own motives and examine where you're at. Like, the codependency that I see in some relationships is very real. And it's not entirely here about owning the other person, but about wanting to be around the other person here so that way you feel better about yourself.
I'm gonna quote Skylar, who's sitting with us right now, but she's AFK. And what she said to me, she was like, "You don't need a man. You need oxygen, bitch. You don't need a fucking man. You need water. You need shelter, food, not a fucking man."
Well, on the flip side of that, Adore, you don't need a woman either. You can do
yeah,
bad
I
all
mean,
by
of course,
yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, so we all know that we don't need any of these things. So the question is, does SL relationship fall under a different category when it comes to these kind of things? Because there's the argument that, you know, we all have different time zones, different schedules. So if I see you, I expect to see you, and I don't want you rushing off after 5 minutes. All right, so let me read some of the comments and then you guys can respond. Angelica says, I was in a relationship prior to that. He wouldn't talk to me much. He would be back and forth, so my trust issues is very high right now. And I guess, is that a reason for you to kind of want to spend time with your partner all the time? I'm not sure. Mama says, I had a guy who hated it when I didn't tell him when I was online. He got angry if I decided to go hang out with friends, or after college, he even started attacking my friends, saying she's meant to be with me. And Katie says, sometimes men can be so possessive. And she's like, and Mama responds, if I didn't revolve around him, he always threatened to dump me or said I didn't care about him.
Yep, that's pretty much what the guy I was with would do. If I had to AFK to like go make my kid a sandwich, if I wanted to go play Stardew Valley for a little bit, if I had to upgrade mods and log off of Second Life, keep in mind he had my Discord and had other ways of contacting me, he would literally flip his shit. It was like he had to be the center of my universe 24/7. I'm a parent to a special needs kid. That shit just ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's
Like
kind of crazy.
The one rule that everybody in SL hopefully agrees on is that RL comes first.
Yes.
Yeah, that's something that shouldn't be argued with. Because if something is going on in your real life, you need to deal with that
Right.
first.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a major red flag. If you're dating someone and they don't prioritize RL situations, you need to break up with them.
Yeah, I hadn't even thought about that. Like, if they just feel like their needs come first. So do you guys think
I mean, listen.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Adore.
So we were talking about this off screen, but I recently got out of a relationship. It was like on and off, extremely toxic, extremely mentally draining. One of the big reasons why I wasn't okay mentally at all. So, for example, I want to talk about this. So, obviously, I have my show, Top Model, and whenever I would forget to notify him that my show is going on, because he wanted to come and watch, which is amazing and really sweet, but if I would forget to tell him, he'd be like, oh, you just don't want me there. And like he would say like in a joking way, but then he would repeat it like throughout like the whole week. And I was like, okay, like is this a joke at this point, or are you like actually serious? Like, nah, don't worry about it. Which would fucking trigger the shit out of me about it. So like that would drive me crazy because he would expect like things out of me for me to like include him in literally everything I do, like do pictures, do videos with him. And I was like very, very like cautious because I don't want to put my like relationships on YouTube. I did that once and it did not turn okay. So that would immediately turn into like a, oh, you don't want people to know we're dating kind of thing. So I was like, okay, well.
Well, yeah, because you're dating. Like that's how dating works. I never have gotten that here unless like the people here that the one guy that I have in my profile right now, Like, he is my partner in crime. He's my best friend. He is everything in the world to me.
Aw.
Oh, well, thank you. But he's a weirdo, so you don't have to awe too much. The point.
Sounds
though
like a match
being,
made in heaven.
Like, oh, honestly. But yeah, no, it's just something here where, like, you work up to that point. You build time. You build respect for each other. It's something here where I can speak for him and he can speak for me, and that's why we became partners. You don't get that in 2 weeks of dating. Period.
That's so very true. So Crimson,
Yeah.
John 27398 says, "Hey, you guys may not have found this out yet, but nuts run free in SL, so don't date them."
We're all, it's like I said here before, and I've said it many times, we're all a little broken here. We're all kind of little misfit dolls here. And some people's needs here are just different than others, but we find a lot of reflections in Second Life here, and we find ways to kind of fix those broken pieces of ourselves.
For sure. Kiyomi, what were you gonna say?
Oh, sorry. I was about to say adore. You need to just say bye, Mr. Felicia.
Because girl, listen, dating me is very weird, especially in Second Life, because I do a lot of shit. I talk to a lot of people. I don't mean that in that. Oh my god, that sounded so bad. But like, I just jump from thing to thing, like from different, groups and whatever, and I'm always kind of doing my own thing. Not because I want my own space necessarily, but because I just like to do a lot of things at the same time. So it's not always easy for me to include my significant other in literally everything that I do. So when people expect that out of me, like, that just puts kind of like an obstacle in their relationship, because relationships are hard enough on their own, and then you add the online relationship factor and the distance factor, and then the oh well you do this thing without me factor, and you do it in front of an audience, and you don't want them to know about me. Like, it just adds to a lot of fucking stress.
Yeah, I could see that for sure.
Yeah.
So
The other thing I do want to go ahead. Oh, sorry.
Sure, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say here, right now we have a circle of women, and I just want to specify here for those watching this here that are maybe not of the woman persuasion, like, these are not issues that are limited to a specific gender, a specific race, a specific type of species even. Like, these are things here that it doesn't matter what you log on to or log on as, they can affect you. So pay attention here to the patterns. If you're a dude out there thinking, oh well, women are just toxic because they're toxic, no, y'all do this too. It's the other way around,
Yeah, this could really impact anyone. These are definitely very general. And so, number 4, what we have in the list is if someone insists that you wear RLV. And so, Mika, I'm going to go to you with this one because you threw this out there. So tell us what that means.
So RLV is the restrained life viewer, and this person can control your Second Life experience. They can force teleport you. They can black your screen out. I believe that they can also see your messages or something like that. So I was actually, this was years ago,
Or my
but
dead
I was.
body. My messages? No.
Yes.
I was gonna say it's Spooktober. I can make that happen.
When I
Mika,
die,
not
you better
to
smash my fucking computer.
Not to
Oh
interrupt
yeah,
you, but
Linden Labs, delete my account, please, if anything happens to me.
Leave it alone.
they can
Linden,
they can see your
delete
they can see your messages. In some instances, they can control what you wear. They can control the movements of your avatar. They can make it to where you cannot talk. They can make it to where it charges you lindens to type. All kinds of stuff. It gives them full control over your account without having to be in your account.
Permission to come in with an old lady anecdote, sorry.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say here, I haven't told a lot of people this, but the reason I came into Second Life was because at the time I was living with somebody who was studying to be a lawyer, and she came across a case where a woman claimed that she had been raped on Second Life. And we both sat there.
Oh,
Sorry.
no,
Yeah,
I
that was
remember that. There's a whole
years ago,
website about
right?
it.
Wait, I
Yeah.
didn't hear about this.
Yes.
It was like 10
Oh
years
yeah, this
ago.
was like eons ago.
Yeah.
And we were sitting there, and both of us being not neurotypical people, we were discussing the mechanics of it. And so I always like to remind people here that RLV, well, it's not, RLV here has its place and has its time, but don't ever forget, you can turn your computer off. You can turn off the internet connection. You can get out. You are not forced to stay here. And if something here where somebody's utilizing that RLV in a bad way, get out of it.
Kawaii Bright Beauty said, I never heard of this. And I have to be honest, I was like, what is that? Like, I was kind of surprised by that. If you want to see my messages or block who I'm talking to, that's a little much. I don't even know why someone would want that. But can I ask a question? Is this appropriate in a BDSM relationship or daddy dom baby girl situation or any of those type of relationships?
With consent,
That's where- yeah.
absolutely.
That's where it has its roots.
Yeah.
And I want to say, like, the thing that separates things that could be toxic is because with BDSM, you're consenting to giving that person power over you. And the issue with me was I didn't want that type of relationship. So if someone's trying to force you into that, just leave, break up with them. They don't want you. They don't need you. Because I feel like that you have to be open to that. That's a power dynamic, so.
Absolutely. And it's something that I've seen online before and something that really bears repeating. The people who are subs in that kind of relationship are required to be strong. You have to be strong about yourself, strong about what you want, and strong about saying no to things you're not ready to do.
For sure.
Yeah.
Someone says just run for the hills. But guys, we also want to just say this. If it's a consenting relationship, that's a different thing. Like, if you really want to explore power exchange in this way, that's absolutely different than someone asking you to, what about this, guys? I'm just going to segue into, what about someone asking for your map rights? Or just maybe asking in a casual conversation. They're saying to you, guess what? I need to get your map rights, or I want to see who I am today. I want to see the chat history, what happened. Like, let's say they suspect you're being flirtatious and want to read your chat history with a specific person. Is that okay?
To that I say, hell no. No, you cannot.
No, no.
To that I say, fuck you and hell no. Fuck you, 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 hell no.
Okay.
Okay, well-
Oh,
Very
have to
strong
say,
about
let me
that.
see yours first.
Monetize.
I know.
Demonetize.
Yeah, I'm actually with Kiyomi on this. I'm on the fence of show me yours and I'll show you mine.
Mhm.
No, you don't want to show me yours? Okay, you're not seeing mine. Bye.
So
I
Ty
will tell
just
you
said it's not just about being strong. It's that the person who's a dom in those instances isn't just there to take advantage. The word no is a beautiful
Also that,
thing.
yes.
And Tatiana said it would be hard to say no. It would be hard to say no in a BDSM relationship, Tatiana. Could you expound on that a little bit for us? Someone says, I think there's a FU missing here. Sorry about that.
Well, I think when
also
you
here-
agree to be a sub, you're basically giving up your willpower to the dominant. Like, you're giving them control. So it is pretty hard to say no. And like, if you say no to the dom,
Yeah.
you can get punished for it. But that's what you're.
But
I mean, I've been in
they-
a situation
Oh, sorry.
where. No, I'm sorry. Please go on. I talked enough. I'm so sorry.
I have been in all kinds of relationships, and I have been in that type of relationship, and they normally have safe words. Like, if you say a certain word, you both come to agreement before you even start the relationship. You have this safe word, and if you say that safe word, you're supposed to be able to, like, it's over. This fantasy that you and whoever you're with as a dom and sub, it's supposed to stop right there, and you're supposed to be like talking as normal equal people at that point.
Oh,
Or at least
okay.
that's the way it's
Mhm.
supposed to be. At
It's
least.
okay, that makes sense. So if that's the way it's supposed to work, then it's like you say code red and then you pause and then you're just as equals at that point and say, I don't feel comfortable with this. This is a hard limit for me.
Mm-hmm.
John
Yes,
just
that's how
got-
it's supposed
Yeah.
to work.
John just said something really funny. He said, "I would show them, then dump them."
I do also want to say here regarding BDSM, there's BDSM romance, and we see that a lot here in the whole the baby girl daddy dynamic.
yes.
There's a relationship
I'm an
around
expert.
it, but
I'm an expert.
So you need to tell us about that then.
but on the flip side here, there's BDSM as it is. And it's really important here that you establish those boundaries and establish consent ahead of time, because BDSM
yes.
isn't always going to lead to a loving relationship. Sometimes it's just a dude who wants you to lick his boots, like literally. Or a
right.
female that wants you to lick her boots, or an androgynous that wants you to lick their boots.
They just need an ego boost.
I also want to say here regarding map rights, like I can count the people on one hand that I've given map rights to, and it's mainly because they're always asking, "Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing?" Like, I do not
An
come
iPad.
there and type it out every time. You can see I'm at an event or I'm doing this. Like look it up yourself.
Okay, guys, let me read some of the comments. Okay, Tide saying, yeah, it's just full-on control. There needs to be an understanding of the play that's happening. If you don't have that, it's unhealthy and it's really not right. Some people don't listen to the word no. Katie is like LOL to Adore. If you have someone coming into the relationship saying that they're in charge always and can do whatever as a dom, they're not actually a dom, they're a piece of SHIT. And Mr. Bubble Cookie says, if I date someone in SL and I go into knowing that the only thing that it is monogamous or a friendship connection, his penis and ass is communal in SL, well, welcome to gay male life in Second Life, period.
Ain't that the tea though? That's actually fucking tea. Just saying.
Oh,
Like,
tell
if
us
you
about
meet-
that.
Okay, so the gay relationships in general. So the gay community in real life has like a big hookup culture problem where like everyone kind of prioritizes quick hookups and like sex and like quick dating. And it's very physical, very like, I don't give a fuck what kind of person you are, like, I like your body or whatever. So that obviously translates into Second Life as well, where it's very hard to find someone that's like, you know what, I just want to kind of get to know you. So when you date someone as a gay man on Second Life, you sadly, not always, but a lot of time you have to assume that it's not gonna be a two-way relationship, because a lot of them are not even pushing for a poly thing. They're just like the excitement of like, ooh, I'm so promiscuous and I'm gonna cheat on my boyfriend. Like, it's just extremely toxic at this point. So honestly, tea.
Wow, okay.
And
So-
I hear you, Adore, because like
I mean, listen,
Oh.
I've dated someone, I'm so sorry, I've dated someone, and like, they were like, oh my god, I love you, blah, 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 like, they were so like, oh my god, I wanna like get married, and then, like, find out they were like, text fucking someone while I was on voice with them.
Oh, that's
Like-
terrible.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And this
And I
person
get
did a
it.
live stream with me, by the way. So that was, I was like, okay, I mean, fierce.
I get that some people here want to come to Second Life to experience things that they can't do in real life because they would get beat. I totally get that. This is a safe place to be a jerk if that's what you want to be. But the thing is, you can't be a jerk and a predator, and you can't be an asshole and then get mad when people call you an asshole.
Right.
True.
Like, I get so tired of that here. I don't know how many people who I called out on their behavior, and we talked about this a little bit off camera, who then decide, oh, well, I'm a bully for calling them out on their behavior. Well, like, no, this is not behavior you would get away with.
In real life, yeah. So that's another thing to think about. Whatever you wouldn't accept in real life, you probably shouldn't accept in SL. But let's talk about what Adora said for a second about hookup culture in SL and how it may differ with straight relationships and maybe gay relationships. I can tell you this. Some of my partnerships started as hookup relationships on the adult sim. Is that the same in the gay community? Would you say that in SL, Adora?
Okay, well, I've never met, a gay couple in Second Life that hasn't like fallen for each other through having a hookup.
Yeah.
That's like how it goes. But the thing is, like, there's so much drama and pettiness and he said, she said, and like I want to backstab this bitch. Like, it's extremely petty. It's very high school. Obviously, not in all situations. I'm not trying to generalize. Like, if, like for any other gay man watching, like I'm not trying to say this is how you and your partner are. I'm just saying it's from my experience. It's just how it is. Everyone has fucked each other. It's 100% how it is. Because I've like met someone and like, oh, do you know this person? Oh, do you know this person? And like you ended up finding out that everyone has had sex with each other or some kind of drama or relationship. I don't understand why. I mean, this could be with straight relationships too, but I don't think it's that extreme.
Okay.
I don't know.
Can I just take a vote here? How many people have had partnerships that started as a hookup and was that partnership
Me.
relatively successful? Like, even if you broke up, maybe it was successful for the time and maybe your lives were taking different direction. You're going to start school, you're not on that much, it's not going to transition to real life, whatever the situation is. Was it successful? And would you say how many people have had relationships differently and the course of it is different from the start? Okay, let me back up. Would you say that there's a difference in relationships that start as a hookup versus starting as a friendship?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so Crimson's jumping in. Okay, have you experienced both?
I have experienced both back in my day, back when, you know, Mesh was still a twinkle in Slink's eye.
Yes,
But but yeah, no, totally. Hookup relationships here are they can be very doomed to fail. I'm not saying they all are, but they can be. The best relationships that I've had in Second Life here started over like a dance someplace where we really got to talk and know each other.
Okay, that's what I was getting at. And I asked it in a very long-winded, complicated way. Yes, I've had hookup relationships that were successful, but just parted ways because ultimately there was a difference in how we wanted to continue forward. And that's okay. I don't consider that a fail. It was great for what it was. And then have I had but I feel like kind of SL pixel sex happens very quickly anyway, like whether you're meeting at a dance or anywhere else. What do you guys think of that? Not true? Or adult sim? Can I
Can you
ask
hit
that?
me up with that here? My phone's went out for a
How
sec.
long do you typically wait, would you say, to engage in like pixeling?
Oh, let's see.
Because I'm just wondering if it's really that much of a difference.
Well,
Honestly?
the relationship I'm in right now. Oh, look, you can go ahead. I'll wait.
No, Kimmy, we're all listening, honey.
Okay. Well, the relationship I'm in right now, I've been in for 10 months. And it started out, I was shopping for my home, first home ever on Second Life, and he was there, and he had his boyfriend there because, you know, he's bisexual, and I'm fine with that. But, we got to talking, and I ended up moving in next door, which I'm still next door. But 10 months later, everything's fine. But when I first met him, you know, I told him up front, you know, I was like, I'm personally on Second Life and off Second Life. I'm asexual. I've never found anyone sexually attractive except for myself. No one else ever. I mean, I've had pixel sex before, but I've never, you know, felt that feeling, you know. So, we've never had pixel sex, and we've been together 10 months, and he acts like he loves me, and I love being around him, and we talk all the time, and everything's fine. I mean, it's not like friends when we're talking. It's like, you know, a real relationship, but without the sex.
That's
So,
so
I don't
interesting
know.
to me.
But it's going great. And
That's so beautiful.
talking to me right now.
Really?
He's talking to me right now on IM.
Oh,
Wait,
So-
Mika, are you surprised by this? Because I'm kind of surprised, especially in SL.
I am. Because to
Well,
me,
he
like, the
wants to
quicker you
make it-
prim... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Alright. Well, just yesterday he said, "Can we move this to real life?" And I said, "Yes, but I had to tell him again, you know, I'm asexual." He said, "That's fine. I don't care. I don't want any sex. I just want to be with you." And I'm like, I don't know.
Aww.
I have to think about it because real life is real life, you know.
Yeah. But that's still sweet, though. That's really sweet for him to say. But once that happens, it really depends on each person. Like, because sometimes they say this, like, I don't care, or like,
And they do care.
But yes, they do. They end up actually caring, and throughout the relationship, you can feel the tension. So, you have to be sure, 100% sure, before you jump into things.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
You just made this a awe fest. Aw. So, Mika, you were saying something. In your experience, the quicker you have pixel sex, not
The
experience
quicker your
in general.
relationship will die out. Like, I feel like
Period.
it's
The
the
cookies in
more
the
you
cookie
know a
jar.
person, the longer your relationship is going to last on SL, and everything moves so fast on the grid. So
Right.
don't expect to have like a long, beautiful relationship with somebody you just messaged and primmed within like 5 to 10 minutes. You know?
Totally. And also on the flip side, like, for as much grief as we're giving guys here who, you know, go out and, well, guys and girls who go out and sow their wild oats, so to speak, some people, they come to Second Life for that.
Right.
Like, as long as they're
That's
open and
valid.
honest with you
As long
and
as
saying, hey,
yeah.
you know what? Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just agreeing with you. I'm sorry.
Oh, how dare you agree with me, Adore? Oh my god. But you know, you're totally right. It's just one of those things here where some people are about that life, and like, you know what? Good on them. Just make sure that you're clear ahead of time that you're not.
I want to ask
I
everyone a
left
question.
something out. I left something
go
out.
ahead.
I'm sorry.
Go
I
ahead, go
forgot. The main thing about my relationship is, before it even started, I told him it's okay if he wants to go and be sexy time with someone else, because I can't give him that sexy time. So he goes and he's with his friends and has sexy time, but he always comes back to me
Oh.
at the end of the day, and he tells
right,
me
he
who
does.
he's been with. Like, sometimes I'm even there while he's with them, so I know
Ooh.
who he's with.
So, wow. Okay.
And he's fine with it.
Mm.
So
This is
I
very
like that
spicy.
openness.
T. What do you say at the end? Adore? T or something?
No,
like
I just say period.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm-
John,
I wanted to
John
ask-
just said, I found out the other night my olive's cheating on me. That was funny. Okay, go ahead, Adore.
I wanted to ask, so everyone that's present right now and in the comments, when you date in Second Life, are you SL only, or do you consider it to be like a real life thing as well? Because for me, it's like real life. I never date someone with intention of like, okay, this is gonna stay in Second Life. I just can't do that.
It's Second Life only, and then if it depends on our chemistry and dynamic, and then I can escalate it out.
I feel
with
like the
Mousy.
assumption. Oh, sorry.
So
Right?
So Mika, go, and then I'll go back around. Mika?
Oh, I do Second Life only because I date in real life, and it's just easier for me to keep them both separate.
Got it. Okay, and so we'll go to Ghost. What about you? We'll go back to Ghost. YT, what about you?
It really depends on the person. For the most part, I try just to keep it Second Life, but on the rare occasions, if we really do mix very well and everything goes well, I probably would consider it.
All right, June, you're starting to date in Second Life because you're
Yeah.
new. What do you
Well,
think?
I haven't dated anyone, but I just got out of a long-term relationship in RL. Basically, like, I think I would just keep it SL, honestly. But like, like YZ said, if the chemistry was really there, I'd be open to moving it to RL. But I don't know. It's just so many factors of moving in with each other, long distance, and
Yeah, because long distance is hard on its own too. What about you,
Right.
Ghost? I hear that you're back. Okay, I guess not. All right, Adore, you said it has to be real life, Second Life, real life.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I don't mean, okay, let's start dating and then a month I'm gonna get a plane ticket. I just mean, like, we're dating in Second Life to see where it goes, but then we do, like, my real name, you know what I look like, camera, voice, all that. And then, hypothetically, if it were to work out for, like, in the long term, then we would take things to real life. That's how I kind of do things.
Okay.
Can I ask you a question? Like,
Go for it.
would you like, if you have a real Facebook profile? I don't know if you do, but if you would, like, would you
do.
change your Facebook status to like in a relationship with this person? Like,
No, because okay, I don't like in real life. I don't like parading the fact that I'm in a relationship. Like it's just that's just not me.
Yeah.
It's something for me and my partner to enjoy. I don't like to like be on Instagram or Facebook like, oh my god, my boo, I love him so much. Like it doesn't make my feelings for them any less valid. I just don't want to like make it into a performative thing. Because
right? I get that.
imagine
I know
you and
that right
you
now.
and your person don't work out. If you and him do not work out, then you have to explain to a shit ton of people what would happen because they've become invested in your relationship. But the less they know, like the less you have to explain to.
Yeah, totally. What about Kiyomi? And I guess based on your relationship, we could assume SL only, and then it will evolve depending on your chemistry and dynamic.
Yes.
Yeah.
It would have to really click with my real life before I would let anybody into my real life events, you know, because I got a lot of stuff going on. I got real life stuff going on, and there's Corona out here and all this stuff now. And
That's right.
I mean,
Sorry
it just
about
ain't
that.
the right time. It has to be the right time, the right stuff going on.
Yeah,
There's a lot of factors.
yeah,
Like
that's true.
Rona, that total bitch.
Seriously, I kind
The
of
biggest blocker.
always. Yeah, but you know what? I do
Right?
like the fact that we could work from home because of Miss Rona. Miss Rona, thank you for that, at least. But everything else.
Miss Rona came through, mama.
All right, Crimson, you're married to your SL partner, so we know what it is with you.
Well, I will say here the assumption though that like if you're not willing to talk and be open and honest, because I know that's not always easy for some people. For me, it's like a default, and I'm sorry, I can't turn it off. But the assumption should start here with SL only. You shouldn't assume that it's going to be, you know, RL. I get some people are like, oh my god, do you look like your real life avatar? And I'm like, you mean undead with uncaring eyes and unfeeling
I know I do.
and an unfeeling
That's
smile?
exactly-
Absolutely.
Oh, wait.
I'm a real life zombie queen, so like don't even.
Period.
Oh, but no, it's just the
No.
assumption here should be
Go away. Go away. Go away. I'll fix it later. Go away.
and this is exactly why the assumption should be SL only.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
That's totally okay. This is the kiddo that offered me a
Ghost
lollipop
mic down
earlier,
for 1 second.
Aw.
Sorry. She's having. I could totally relate to the.
Yes.
I don't know if Ghost can hear us. Hold on. a
Ghost,
second.
can you hear us?
I'm sorry. It was kiddo. Sorry
Yeah.
about that.
Oh no,
Hit
totally
my
fine.
computer.
Okay, so let's go on to the next topic. John, wait, was it John or Jeremy? Someone said, Jeremy says, I have a question. How do I know if I could have a good girl if she doesn't do any of the things we just mentioned? All right, so
Well,
number 5, you're,
and also, how does she make you feel?
yeah. Number 5,
Like, does she care about? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
no, go ahead. Does she care about you? Go ahead, Crimson.
Well, okay, so I see this all the time here on like Facebook and stuff. It's just like, if he's gonna be my guy, he better have a full wallet. He better have blah 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 blah. You know what I mean?
Period.
It's like,
I'm kind of like tilting my head to
Dream
the.
Prince
I'm
Charming.
like kind of tilting my head to
Exactly.
the side. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, right?
no.
As long as you're
I
true.
don't think a man
say it out
alive
loud.
would
See anything
like
wrong?
It's not about that there's anything wrong with that. It's just that, like, these people.
Is it obtainable?
Well, there's that, but it's more that these people are posting that, and it's like, how is that different than, you know, she's got to have a perfect figure, and she's got to have, you know, that perfect hourglass, and she's got to have, you know, tits as big as my face, that sort of thing. Like,
Yeah, I
that
get
any
that.
different-
I have a question though. If she has tits as big as your face, how are you going to do anything? Like, wouldn't she just fall over?
You would think, but you know, physics.
Yeah, I'm seeing
Yeah.
you're not standing up. Yeah.
I'm dying.
Oh my gosh! But the point is here, with a lot of the whole, we need men to stop being so toxic, where a lot of women still expect men to be this provider role.
I
And
I
agree.
agree.
that's,
Yeah.
it's so frustrating because,
There's
it's
a
like,
cost that
find
comes
out
with
what
you
makes
having a
him
sugar
giggle.
daddy.
Find out what, sorry?
There's a cost for having a sugar daddy. I promise you that.
Sky,
you
your
want a-
mic,
you want a
Sky,
man?
you're back. Your mic is a little fuzzy. I don't know. I think you have to pull down
Okay.
the microphone.
I'm going on my other computer. I'll relog.
No, you don't have to
Okay.
relog. I think your mic is just because
Too
look,
late.
if my mic is
Too
up,
late.
that's what happens.
Aw.
I mean, listen, if you want to be a trophy wife, be a trophy wife, but like expect that like a trophy wife does have her role. Like you don't just receive and receive and receive.
Right.
You're gonna have to give back. So obviously, like, if there's a double standard of like, oh, I don't date guys that are under 6 foot tall, but then when a guy is like, oh, I don't date women that are above this and this, like, I don't know, weight, like, and then there's an outrage about that. Yeah, I think that should be checked a little.
Well, and personally, I don't like body shaming at all. I get that
No,
people
me
have
neither.
preferences. Oh, I know you. But yeah, no, but I get that people have preferences and people are allowed to express those preferences. But the truth is, you're looking for a partner at that point. You're not looking for love. Love has nothing to do with, how tall they are or how much money is in their wallet or, what things they buy you. Love has everything to do with being in that moment, like what makes them smile, thinking about them every second of the day. Love is about sharing those corny songs and them not sounding as corny
Crimson,
anymore.
let's not lead people astray. So, okay, I'll say this.
Well, I do
Let me
want to say,
please-
like,
let me please.
there's. Oh, sorry.
Let me just say this, guys, please. And I'm just saying this from the perspective of a mother, right? So if you're a woman and you have a child, or even as without a child, even as a woman in the household, I feel like there are studies that there are studies that tell us women do 30% more despite working the same amount of hours, and then with kids they're spending X amount of time more with their children and things like that. If you want your husband to be more of a provider, not 100% provider, more of a provider, sometimes there's people in really bad situations because they were giving googly eyes to the wrong person. Like, you should really have a list of your wants and desires. You should kind of know like what kind of lifestyle you want to live. And it's unfortunate, it doesn't sound romantic, but you have to compare that against the person that your like heart is fluttering for, because you could be in a really bad situation. That's all
Or
I'm
you
saying.
could build an empire
Yeah.
together and be even closer.
Yeah.
You know,
And
I'm a super independent woman, and I really don't like having a man necessarily take care of me financially. I think it's a team effort. We both do it, and it makes us. For me personally, that's my relationship dynamic with me. I don't want that control. I feel like if you're gonna have a trick, don't expect a relationship. If you're gonna have a sugar daddy, don't expect a good, healthy relationship. Because if you come into a relationship with wanting to use him, he kind of knows that, and he's gonna treat you a certain kind of.
But Sky,
Yeah.
some
But
guys,
Yeah, hold
some
on.
guys,
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
So I just want to say, like, I see what you're saying. That's fair. Like Crimson said, like you're looking for a partner at that point, but also like there's different love languages, and like for some people, like a love language is just like acts of like doing something for them or like words of affirmation. But for some people, like love language is actually like receiving gifts and stuff. That's not my love language, but I can respect that. I guess some people like it makes them feel loved, I guess, in a way, and I don't want to judge that or anything like that. So I understand that, but it comes to the point where it's like receiving gifts versus like wanting everything and just like not giving anything back.
Totally. And June, in that regard here, I get what you're saying here, and that's why it's so important to have that open and honest communication about what you want, because I see a lot of people equating this whole "I'm being taken care of" to "I'm being loved."
Right.
And those are very much not the same thing.
okay. I can honestly get that. Being loved and being financially cared for may not be the same thing, but it's like
Two
June
different
is also
things.
not necessarily two different things, because it feeds into what Juna's saying, because Juna's also saying, you know, that is sometimes someone's love language. Like, you can have a man of service, or you can have a man who feels really good to provide, and it makes him feel really good, like he's taking really good care of you and showing you that he loves you through the gifts that he gives you, which is fine. But I just want to say, in terms of love, and I just feel like love and having a successful partnership may not be one and the same thing. Like, you got to kind of blend ideas here. Just to accept someone just based on love 100%, I think it could be a little bit dangerous. And I know that could probably be a whole nother show that we could do. That could be a little bit dangerous. Because you could fall in love with someone who's not going to provide or take care of you have to look at their character. You have to look at their ability to, like, sustain themselves, sustain their children if they have children. There's so much factors that you need to look at here.
Well, let me ask you guys this. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go make it. Yeah.
Oh, I was just gonna say, take it from the resident bastard. I totally get that. I've never met my real father in real life. I don't like. I have an idea of a name, and I think he died, but that's about all I know about him. That's why I'm saying here, it's so important here that you have these complicated discussions.
Yeah.
That you have the courage to get into that, because if you don't have that courage to ask, you shouldn't be in a relationship.
That's
something
so
else something else that also plays into this too, and this also counts for your real life too. If the person that you're seeing cannot tell you the truth, if they always have to make up this fantastical story, and then you always find out that it's a lie, and they always have a good excuse, girl, you need to run from that in a heartbeat. And that goes for you dudes too. Run. Pack up your shit and leave. It is not worth it. I am going to just flat out say that. As somebody 100%. Who has gone through that, and has a kid that has gone through that, and still going through that, it ain't worth it. Not gonna get better. Pack up your shit and go home.
And I just want to piggyback on what Ghost is saying. And so that's why I want to just say, guys, so we're having this conversation to say it's not about what your heart says. Because, like, people always say, your heart and your brain sometimes doesn't even share the same zip code. They can live on different continents. We don't know. It's about marrying the two and kind of realizing what are some things you could look for, whether it's financial compatibility, whether it's testing someone's character. It's all of these things that you kind of need to look for. And Mika, I'm sorry to cut you off. Please go ahead.
I was just going to ask you guys, reeling this into, like, how we have the constraints of Second Life, how do you know when you love someone? Because relationships in SL move so fast, so how do you even know when you're at that point and you're that comfortable?
It's when I'm thinking about them outside of Second Life. Like, if I'm going through my day and I'm like, oh, I kind of miss him, like, I want to text him. That to me is an indication that I've caught feelings. I'm not talking, like, love, that's a different topic. But, like, it's an indication of, like, oh, I kind of like them. Like, actually, it's not a roleplay thing, it's not a game thing, it's not a whatever thing.
When you get to the point where you are worrying about them during their day and your day, when you're always asking them how their day has been, and you're not talking Second Life, if they are sick and you find out that they're sick and you're trying to reach them to make sure that they're okay, if you guys start legitimately making plans to meet in real life, that's when it's moved past Second Life. That's when you're in long distance relationship territory.
And it's something here where it's not just romantic love. Like, we need to normalize here love between each other just as friends.
Yeah.
There's so many friends here where, like, Adore, I love you. Mousy, I love you. You know.
Girl, you wouldn't. You said you wouldn't pin me down. You wouldn't pin me down and wipe me. Girl, don't lie to yourself.
She's trying to be polyamorous. She said both of us.
No, I love you too.
Aww.
You're like literally an aunt to me. Like, I literally love you.
Aww.
But you know, sometimes in Second Life you can fall in love with somebody, and you know, be in love with them in real life, like thinking about them all the time, like Adore said, outside of Second Life. But and then you get down to it, and they're not in love with you. You know, you fall in love with somebody, but they just, you know, they see it as a game, and it's just, you know, it's like a one-way street. I've had
But
that
I
happen
feel like
to me
that dynamic
before.
is established really early though. Like, am I wrong?
What do you
Like,
mean
I feel
by
like
that?
Yeah, you're wrong because I seen a Second Life documentary where that actually happened to somebody where it was all peaches and cream until they met up in real life and he
Oh yeah, was it where
her.
they fought over the gardening thing? I love that.
Yes, yes.
Oh, iconic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Wait, Sky, tell us what happened. What are you referring to?
Oh, they were all in love and booed up on SL, and then they met in real life, and she still was in love with him, but he kind of just, when he seen all the little things that she did in real life, because on SL, people don't know if you put your tree next to the ham guy and you pee on the seat, or certain things that you do in life that would irk the next person. They don't see these things on SL. But once you get in real life, that's when everything comes out, all the little things that you do that define who you are as a person, and it can change really quick, really fast.
That's so true.
I think I've seen
Absolutely.
that.
Yeah, I agree because in Second Life, we're basically pixels, and we dress them up like our avatars are kind of like our dolls, or Barbie dolls, or Ken dolls, or whatever you want to call them. But
I
in
call
real
mine
life,
my dolly.
You don't even know if the guy you love washes his ass every day. You don't know that.
Oh my god!
Feel me? You know what I'm saying?
We present our best self in Second Life, so you're not actually capturing
Right.
the person as a whole. You're getting a fragment of who they are.
Like
So-
I hate to break it. to
Abby's
some-
sexy.
Like I hate to break it to some of y'all, but some of these dudes that are like 6-pack and ripped abs on SL, I promise you they don't look like that in real life.
I think that we're all adults. We kind of. I would hope that. I mean, that's 101. You guys should know that already, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
I
gonna say,
mean,
as somebody who has a 6-pack on SL, I do not have a 6-pack in RL.
all right, guys. I'm gonna head over to number 5. Your partner is very dismissive of your concerns or emotions.
Oh my
Sorry.
god.
I've dealt with this like way too many times. Oh my god.
Okay, tell me about it, Adore.
Okay. So I don't even know where to begin. Oh my god, that's an amazing indicator. So okay, let's take for example, my most recent toxic relationship, which I hope he's watching so fucking bad. If you are high.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Poor
So let's say I
Adore.
had an issue with something he did. Doesn't matter what it is. And then I would try to talk about it in a calm manner. And then he would like ignore it or like belittle like my emotions, or he'd be like, "It's not a big fucking deal." And then when it would keep trying to like push a little, like no, but like it kind of hurt me. He'd be like, "Okay, well you're always fucking doing this," or like, he would just literally just stop responding to me for like a full day, or like he would in some situations if we get really mad he would like block me or whatever, and then re-add me later, like shit like that.
Yeah,
It's like.
Yeah.
And
So
then-
let's talk about
And
that.
then when I would have, sorry,
No. I just wanted to say, like, this extreme behavior. Like, if you're not because that's something else. That's emotional manipulation, right? If you're not behaving the way that someone wants you to behave, you're saying he's blocking you or breaking up or doing these weird things to you.
like listen, we had like a little tiny like a little bicker thing going on once. I remember. I don't even know what it was about. Like, it was not insignificant. So whatever, we moved past it. The day's fine. We go shopping and blah blah blah. Everything's perfect. And then I go to sleep. At 3 a.m. specifically, I get like he calls me on Discord and he's like clearly on something. And he's like, "Okay, like I think we should break up." And I was like, "What?" Like I was half asleep. I was like, "What are you on about?" And he was like, "I don't know. Like you don't listen to me." And then, like a lot of things were said, and I was like, I just started sobbing. I was like, "No, like I'm so sorry." Like I was like, even though I didn't feel guilty, I was ready to accept blame to keep him in the relationship. I was like, "I'm really sorry. I'll never do it again. It's all my fault." Blah blah blah. Like I was like full on like kind of like stepping on my own dignity to be in a relationship for whatever reason.
Yeah. Tatiana says
Sorry.
silent treatment as a punishment is a sign of toxicity in itself.
He would do that all the time, all the fucking time. That was like his main
Mr. Bubble
Okay,
Cookie
okay.
said, "Oh hell no, I'd be out of that relationship faster than Leonardo DiCaprio." That is like making me laugh.
Okay, but I want to say here also, like in terms of
Wow.
silent treatment, you have to determine whether or not it's silent treatment or somebody needing their space.
Okay,
Because
Or
there
they're-
are.
It was silent.
to find the two.
Oh yeah, no, I believe in your case it absolutely was.
Or they're busy with real life. It's one of those.
That's another thing.
But
yeah.
it's a pattern, right? So to
It's
find
a
the
pattern,
two.
exactly.
And especially
When
if you receive the silent treatment so often, you know the difference already.
Yeah.
I hate the silent treatment, guys. Like I
Like
really do.
a good example of it being silent treatment, like if you express your feelings and then they just don't talk to you for like
No.
a day
God,
or
yeah.
3 or 4, then that's silent treatment. You need to be like, bye, bitch.
And girl, he would come back from the silent
Bye.
treatment like nothing happened. Nothing fucking happened. We're just gonna move on, pretend
Oh,
that
I
it didn't
hate
happen.
it.
And
I hate
then,
that.
and then when he would eventually break up with me because he had his own like whatever eureka moment, he would like come back after a few days and he would like still call me baby and babe and I love you, and he would pretend it was an accident, and deep down I was aware of this manipulation, but I was like so like infatuated. I was like, oh my god, like I love this person. I don't know why I was so obsessed. I would just
Because it's
like push my
literal
own beliefs
chemicals.
down. I was like, okay, I was like, I deserve to be in this situation. Like, I must, like, if it's that difficult for someone to love me or be in a relationship with me without getting mad at me, I must be the issue. Like, that was my mentality the whole time. Like, okay, well, he's just acting up because I fucked up. Like, that was my entire thing the whole time.
But can I tell you, like, if you look at definitions of like a narcissistic personality, there are many things, but one of the indicators is like your partner sending you on an emotional roller coaster, because sometimes the negative
Yeah.
events that happens in your relationship, like him or her, can like feed on it. Like they feed on it. Like they enjoy it. They enjoy you groveling to them and
Yeah.
doing things like that. So yeah, that's really toxic, and you need to be careful.
Now, when I make something clear though, like, I was not perfect. I've done some toxic shit. I've been wrong many times. I don't want to come in here and be like, ooh, he hurt me, like, you know, because I've obviously been the bad guy too in certain situations. But that's all I want to say.
Okay.
I will say here, if they say, "Oh my god, I just wanted to see how you would react," like
Yes.
more, like more than they should. Like I get that for like a surprise gift or something, but
Yeah.
if you're hearing that often, like, "I just wanted to see what you would do," get out.
Yeah.
Like
Girl-
talk to somebody and get out.
Mm.
Girl, if you're
I'm not a
hearing
social
that,
experiment.
if they ever say, "Oh, I just wanted to see how you would react," you need to run like Forrest. Run, Forrest, run. Run.
Well,
Run.
to-
Run far
to be
away.
fair-
Don't run. Like go far, far away. Never talk to them again. Find a new dude. Be happy with them, but just run. Run far, 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 far away.
Let
That
me-
is a big red flag to a narcissist. Run.
It is. And let me read
Run.
some comments, please. So I just got a relationship with a person like that. That's what Tide said. When the person was going back and forth like that, it made me feel like it was my fault. It was really hard not to feel like it was me. And I was younger too. Angelica says, I'm in an SL as in real life relationships. I don't hide anything. I don't play head games at all. I hate head games big time, and don't say this and that and don't mean it. Okay. It's called gaslighting.
depends on the
That's
head
what
game.
John says. And people are saying, yes, this has happened to me too, and you have to grow and learn from it. Can y'all cover how to find an SL Bay? Yeah, I guess we could do that the next one.
Yeah, because I honestly, like, let me know.
I'll be there with Velcro because I need a new boo.
Just before we move
Yeah,
on
if y'all
to
figure
number
it out, let me
6, if y'all figure out, let me know. Wait, Adore, you haven't
Just
figured
stand
out
at
how to
cake
meet.
day for like an hour. You'll find somebody.
Sky, tell them about your incident at Cake Day. So funny.
What?
Okay,
Incident.
Sky was at Cake Day, and this man like got in her box and was like, "I hope you're okay with me. I am in you to be your future man."
Oh my god.
And he would not
That's hot,
stop.
though.
He
I
would
am
That's
so
not.
confidence.
unavailable. I am probably the most unavailable person on SL. Like,
Yeah, so true.
Mhm.
Where
Yeah,
do you
if anyone's-
Sitting next to me.
where do you guys meet
David is
people
all.
in SL? Where do you meet people? Adult Sims,
Listen,
dancing.
listen. I'm accepting boyfriend applications. Thank you very much.
Yes.
If you're interested, if
Adore,
Wait, do
need
you
to
have
make
any
your Google form? 'Cause I
requirements,
will.
Adore? You just want an application? And Crimson's gonna create the form for Crimson's creating the form for Adore, and I swear I will leave it in the link, and I'm gonna pin the comment.
Oh my god.
No, you guys. This is on period right now. So if you guys fill out this application, I am gonna start something called Adore's. What should we call it? Adore's Bachelor or some shit like that. Crimson, you have the idea, right?
I will share the link too, so
Yeah.
we can find the right person.
We're gonna create a show.
Second Life Bachelor.
I just opened a can of worms. Oh.
Yeah,
No, we're gonna create a whole show out of it, guys. Seriously. Let's do it. Crimson, are you really gonna
I
make
know,
the
I'm
app?
on it right now. That's why I'm quiet.
No.
Oh my god.
If you look at my mouth,
Oh my goodness.
I know a lot of you have
Adore
YouTube
finds
channels.
love.
I would love to watch that on a YouTube channel. Second
But have you
Life.
ever had anyone that watched your videos slide into your DMs trying to like romance you?
A little bit, yeah, a couple people, but I feel like I'm
Oh,
too
oops.
serious, so people don't
Oh,
really do
anybody.
that to me. What about you, Adore?
That's literally how me and my toxic ex-boyfriend met actually. That's
Wow.
literally how we met.
You guys said call it Slender, SL Tinder.
Oh my god.
I'm still a baby YouTuber, so I haven't had that happen yet.
It happened a couple times, but people approach me kind of business-like, and then they try to like wiggle in. That's what I noticed, but not outright directly. What about any Sky?
No.
No. Okay. All right, let's move on to the next topic because I've had you guys here for an hour and 30 minutes. So let's hurry up and get through, even though the chat is growing now. All right, so let's hurry up. All right, so number 6, you start to suspect your partner may do something malicious to your or destroy your reputation if you break up. Like, you
Yeah.
know those people, like, who will, you know, just do something really effed up if you break up and, like, try to hurt you in a way, like, take your money or, like, let's say you work on, I had this happen to me. I had a partner in SL.
This
we worked
happened, but in friendships, not in relationships.
in relationship, this happened to me. We worked on a project together and I didn't get paid for the project and just, like, tried to do malicious things to, like, hurt me. And it's happened to me in real life too. But anyways, what do you
That's
guys think of
bitter.
that? Yeah.
They're bitter when they do that shit.
I legit had a partner try to get me fired from a club because I left them.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
did you suspect that this person had it in them?
Nope. Not at all.
I suspected this person had it in them, and let me tell you why. When they would get into issues with other people, where their head would go would be so extreme. I would just be like, why would you do that to the... Like, they would threaten to contact Linden Labs if they felt like their neighbor was doing something that was causing lag. Like, trying to get them banned. Like, try to find a reason to get them banned. So if you see that a person that you're with have, like, these negative characteristics, that is a huge red flag, and eventually it could turn on you.
It will turn on you. That's just like having a friend that's always gossiping about other people in your circle. If you know they're doing that with you, they're doing it with to you as well. It's the same concept.
Yeah.
And to reiterate with what Skylar said, if this person that is around you is like constantly throwing shade at like everybody around you and like basically just being nasty and like being a rumor mill, you might want to reevaluate how close you're letting this person get or run away because you deserve better.
Yeah. Tatiana says, like, if you know this person is very vengeful, like, or revengeful, yeah, it's a red sign. And Kiana says, I love this series. No problem. I feel like it's kind of been butchered because it keeps getting flagged and I've had to do things. Yeah, but the 7+ series is a vibe now, guys. So Tide said I've had this happen, but only with friendships, not relationships. Anyone else have anything to add before we move on to the next topic?
I
mean,
actually
I've had, like-
dated someone. Oh,
Oh, sorry.
go ahead, Adore.
No, you go, please.
I was just gonna say that I dated someone who knew how to like hack and crash sims and like make people crash, and they used to do it like when they would get pissed off at people, they would go and like crash their sim or crash people out. And then when we broke up, they did that to me, and I don't know why. I was super young and stupid at the time. I didn't think that they would do it to me. So just be careful with people like that, because if they'll do it to anybody, they'll end up doing it to you.
Yeah. Mr.
Yeah.
Bubble Cookie says, if you sense you're sleeping with the enemy, make a plan to escape and protect yourself. I'll add to that too.
That's the other
Crimson
thing here.
literally made a website.
There's
I
actually
was doing that.
Wait,
There's
Crimson,
actually
could you give me that link right now? Just IM me, because
Yeah,
I'm dropping
sure.
it in chat. You guys, please share this on Facebook. Adore's looking for a man. Adore, what is that show? Remember, like the back in the day, Flav of Love, Adore of Love, or Rock of Love, or something
Can I
like that?
please be Tiffany Pollard? Please let me be Tiffany.
Now, see, there's something that I want to add to. The reason why I didn't know that this person would do
Oh.
this was because I was fairly young in Second Life too.
Okay.
I'd only been in
Yeah.
Second Life for like maybe 6 months, so
I'm
I
also
didn't
gonna-
really. I hadn't been around the block yet to figure out the signs yet.
That's why we're giving it
These
to you guys, so you
questions.
don't need to fill it out. Okay, is it bad when my ex-wife in SL gets a new man and I log in my girl all and sleep with them there? You slept with your you
Yes,
slept
that
with
is bad.
wait, is
That is
it
so
wait, let me
messy.
read it. Is it bad when my ex-wife in SL gets a new man and I log in my girl all and sleep with him? So you slept
that
with
is
your
bad.
ex-wife, man?
Some people are into that.
Oh, that is messy.
That floats your boat, but it ain't my boat.
I also just wanted to say here, for anybody who's seen any of these toxic signs, just to kind of loop back a little bit, if you don't have somebody safe to reach out to, like, leave
Hi,
a
Rose.
comment or something on Mousy's profile. Like, reach out to me. I'm not hard to find. You spell Crimson with a Y. Find somebody to tell. Like, say something. Find somebody here that you trust, you know?
Absolutely. So Katie wants to know, John, is that a question? And someone's like, this is the ultimate in petty. That's petty. That is wild. That is
I thought I was being salty tonight. No, John's got me beat, man.
everyone's laughing so hard. All right, so let's go on to the last one, and then we're gonna read Adora's topic, her questions for her new man. Number 7.
Oh
your-
my god.
This is serious, guys. This one. Your partner threatens to hurt him or herself or refuses to seek medical attention if they claim to harm themselves.
Okay, can I admit something? I've been this person. Like a few years ago.
Adora, we need you to
Like-
grow out of it. No more.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not this person. I'm like not anymore. But like, when I was like 16, for example, like I was very like, you know, like very in a very, 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 very dark place. So I would kind of take my emotions on people that didn't deserve it. For example, I remember a specific situation where I was having issues with like a boy I was dating who was, by the way, like my age. He was not equipped to deal with my mental shit. And I kind of was like, okay, well, if it's gonna go this way, then I'm gonna hurt myself. Which is so disgusting. I feel so horrible for ever doing that.
Yeah, don't do
But-
that. And you guys,
Yeah.
if you're
I
with
was, like,
someone who's
16.
doing that, then no, you shouldn't be in a relationship with that person. That person, and I think some interesting stuff was said, and I think Ghost, you said this. You said if a person is experiencing some type of mental issue where they would want to hurt themselves, that's not an excuse to be abusive. I'll let you continue. Go ahead. If Ghost is even here. Okay, I'll say it for her. Go.
Well, sorry.
Or
I was
YC, were
like-
you saying it?
Yeah, the thing is, mental health, it shouldn't be used as an excuse, especially if it's not treated. Mental health is such a serious thing. It shouldn't be joked around or used as a threat, because not only are you disrespecting the person that you're in a relationship, you're also kind of disrespecting yourself in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And disrespecting people who legitimately have those issues, because it makes it harder. It makes it harder to believe.
Yeah.
If you do
it
have
does.
somebody here who is threatening suicide, the first thing you do here is you go to suicide.org or something like that.
It's
You
reported
give
ASAP.
them-
ASAP.
Yeah, you get them. Yeah, you make sure you get them that info here, because even if they're joking, like, you want to make sure that you're the person here who's getting them the help they need, because there are some legitimate people here who have suicidal issues. I have dealt with suicidal ideation here since I was a kid, and
Also.
I have supports and stuff in place, so I know how to navigate it, but not everybody here does.
Yeah, I myself, I have depression, I have anxiety. A few things that I haven't mentioned is that I have desires of self-harming myself. And so that stuff is real. It isn't a joke. It shouldn't be used in any other context, even as a threat or a joke.
You okay, Lazy?
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Something else that I want to share too. If you have a partner and they're threatening this, you need to also keep in mind after you get them the information to get help that it is a control tactic. That some people do use it as a control tactic when they sense that you are about to leave. Get them the help, get them the numbers, and then walk out the door, especially if they have been showing all of these other signs.
Yeah, everyone's saying in the chat, relationships should not be built on guilt and manipulation, and a suicide hotline for that ass, and you may have to run away. That's what Shay says. If you're really concerned, alert someone in their real life, and then get yourself out of that situation.
I will say, oh, sorry.
Sometimes I don't feel like the person's gonna hurt themselves. Like they're just doing it to go set to control you. But you can't make that decision. So just always get the number. You can't make that choice or make that judgment call. Maybe just get them a number.
Exactly.
Which is why, Mousy, I said get them the number. But if it keeps happening, like every single time you fight, they threaten to kill themselves or harm themselves. That's when they're using it as a means of guilt and control. And that's when you need to say, I'm gone.
Absolutely.
Because you deserve better. You deserve to be with somebody who is not going to mentally and psychologically and emotionally abuse you like that. And that's what it is. It is a form of abuse. And you need to end the relationship as soon as it starts.
I was going to say that is a form of emotional abuse.
I just want to make something clear, though.
The longer you wait, the harder it's going to be. And I say that from personal experience.
Totally. I would say here, just always remember, you are not a trained doctor. You are not a trained psychiatrist. You are trained, however, in using Google. Get them that information here. Go to, I just pasted this in the chat here, but suicide prevention lifeline.org. Get them that information here so they can chat with somebody who is qualified to help them. And at that point, you have fulfilled your obligation.
Aw, thank you, John. John says you look nice, by the way, on a lighter note. And Shay says, I swear, Mika looks different every time I see her. She was like, who's the bunny sitting next to Mousy? I'm like, oh, it's Mika.
It's my costumes, and you know, I was eating pretty good on the cruise, so I had to gain a little weight.
Please, your bouncy castle fashion is amazing, and I love you.
Thank you. I love you guys too. I'm so glad to be able to meet you all and have this conversation. I think it's so important, especially for people that are newer to Second Life, because a lot of more seasoned players that are toxic will manipulate you. I'm saying this to everybody in the chat. They will take advantage of you if you are newer. So just take everything here to heart, because it's really common in Second Life.
Thank you, Mika.
Yeah.
Because you always talk about this, because you know, this is not a platform. And Mika, something you always say I want to address. If you're under 18, I don't know if you're mature enough to be here. I really want to stress that. You should be playing The Sims. I don't know, GTA. What do you guys think about that? I feel like you should be playing other games, but where you are potentially interacting with adults who are a lot older than you, someone who may, or some people may not be 100% stable, and you're not mature enough to navigate these kind of tough situations, I don't think that you guys should be here. I would come back in a couple years. I'm sure SL will still be around. Does anyone have any thoughts on that? Younger people being SL, even on the teen grid? What do you think?
Yeah,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think kids should be on this platform because there's so much stuff they can be exposed to. And of course, there are people who's going to take advantage of them, especially if they find out if they're young and if they're predators. That's even worse.
Yeah, because I mean, and we're not saying Second Life has a bunch of crazies. We're just saying Second Life is a virtual world and it mimics the real world. You have great people, you have not so great people, you have really benevolent people, you may have some psychos. And just like your mom wouldn't let you roam free in the world, you should not be roaming free on the virtual world without some type of supervision. That's all.
Yeah.
I
And
will
for
say-
me, oh, I'm sorry, Crimson.
No, Mika, go ahead, then I'll go back to Crimson.
I started when I was 16. And one of the things that I look back on when you're that young, you see this as a game. Like, oh, it's just like The Sims. It's just like, you know, how the kids are like on IMVU a lot. And Second Life has just something built into the platform where people are like emotionally invested. You know, this isn't a game. It's a social platform, and people sometimes can go too far on SL, and it's just when I look back, I was in some situations back when I was 16, 17 that were so toxic, and it's just not for anyone that was a minor, because you can't actually process what you're experiencing because you're young. So I see a lot of people who are young that want to play Second Life. They say, oh, it's like The Sims. It's not. And wait till you're 18, till you're emotionally ready and you have more experience, because you can get yourself into some pretty scary situations on SL. So please wait.
Totally.
Exactly. And Crimson, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no worries. I was just going to say here, there are, while that is the general advice that I would recommend as well, there are exceptions. I can think of two, like Libra Stone and Lori Grau from Trace Bow. Like, they are incredible creators, and they come to this platform specifically to create. I would love to see a way for them to do that without having to be involved in everything else that the SL can be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Crimson, let me speak to that. So for Gotta Getcha Gacha, B Designs, B Cauldron is one of the creators. Her daughter creates and have created many things that you guys have bought for 50 Linden Friday, and her daughter's 14 years old. But she has her daughter in a child avatar, and she is standing over her daughter in the game while she's creating and building. I think that's okay.
That's awesome.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Totally. I remember playing SL with my niece again back in the day. She would sit on the edge of the recliner that I was in, and she would say, "Auntie, can you do zombie princess?" And what she wanted me to do is dress up as a zombie, but with Cinderella's dress. And you know, we'd have fun doing that.
And my son loves when I play SL, but there's the sim, the zombie roleplay sim. I think it's called Grims. I don't remember the name of it right off the top of my head. I was like obsessed with it for a few weeks, and Jackson was playing with me, and that was fine. But obviously, like, I'm kind of like Ghost. Like, when Ghost, if we talk about anything that's not for kids or anything is shown, she's like, Gabriel, out the room. Oh, I'm sorry. I said his name. Is that okay, Ghost? I'm so sorry.
That's fine. I'm more like, Gabriel, you have to go play in your room. But Rennie, Mama. But Rennie, you have to go play in your room. But Rennie, I don't want to go. Gabriel will watch a movie later. You gotta go. You can't look at my screen right now because my kid. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, because you guys have heard him during this live stream when he came in here and unmuted my mic while I was in the bathroom, and you guys have heard him in my videos too. I have a autistic 7-year-old. Okay. His favorite color is green. Like, the bun I'm wearing right now is his favorite color. He will look over my shoulder and he will watch me shop, and he will tell me to get everything that's green. But there are certain instances where I will get certain things for my dolly that make him happy. But I have to be careful where I go when he is around, because he likes to watch. He likes to look at my screen. He will do the shopping thing with me. He will do the fishing games with me, which is something else that I'll get into on my channel with the videos, like which fishing game is the best and which one has the best options and all of that stuff. But if there's adult stuff going on, I make him leave. I put on my headset, I say, no, you can't hear, and I make him go.
Yeah, there has to be
Totally.
supervision. So let's get into something light and fun. So Crimson, you made the application for Adore. Can we drop it in the chat?
I sent it over to
after
you.
that
Yeah, I am.
conversation.
Okay, so listen, Adore made a joke with us. Oh, shoots, I just knocked my camera out. Oh no.
Are you okay?
No, it's okay.
Oh.
Okay, I
Are you
think
gonna
I'm
run
fine.
your OnlyFans now?
Okay, I'm gonna have to keep the camera here. It's gonna have to be locked on us. All right, so Crimson sent me the application for the Google Forms, and I'm gonna read it off right now. And let me just close the box on my screen. Let me know what you guys can see. So we're gonna do something fun. So basically, Adore was joking around, and she's like, "I'm taking applications for a new man, and we're here for it." We're all here for it right now. So let's read off the questions that are in the application, and I'm just gonna turn my camera a little bit so you can see all three of them.
I'm so nervous. Oh my god.
Okay, so are you a hoe? Yes, sometimes. No, definitely not. Only for people I love. What is your zodiac sign? These are fun questions.
These are, okay, I want to say, hold on, before we get into any further. Crimson literally knows me so well because these are all like extremely relevant to me. Like, the zodiac sign thing, I'm very into astrology. I ask every motherfucking sign this. I'm very annoyed.
Katie says
Like-
she's getting her resume ready right now.
I would say no question. No questions asked. I love Katie. I would marry her.
Are you petty? No or yes, bitch. Are you toxic? I don't mean to be. Maybe sometimes only out of love. Only when I'm singing Britney Spears, bitch. Who's the best?
Okay, listen, hold on.
Yes.
Crimson, that was homophobic. That you assumed I love Britney. I do love Britney, but that was homophobic.
It was either that
I mean, you were right.
freaking I can't even remember, soft sell. It was either a Britney joke or a soft sell joke. So I chose Britney.
This is so funny.
Britney. Yeah, I love Britney. I love Britney.
John 27398 says he's getting his pen ready. Who is the best, Lady Gaga? And what the fuck is wrong with you? It's Lady Gaga. So depending on how strongly you answer that question, okay?
Listen, Gaga is everything to me. Like if you just like Gaga, we're not gonna get along. We need to fucking like eat, breathe, sleep Gaga. Like,
No, you're
that
telling
means
people the answers. You want to find your most compatible partner.
Hey, if you
Don't
Okay,
tell
okay,
her.
okay.
if you're gonna get a guy, you have to find the GUY.
Fine. You're right. I'm so sorry. Forget
Okay, wait, I want to say this. So, Crimson, can you add an open-ended question to that application so that people
I totally can.
Yeah, so they could write whatever they want to Adore on there?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay. What do you want me to call it?
Mr. Bubble says I'm a gay who doesn't like Britney. I'm Mandy Moore fan here. I mean,
Oh my god, you're a Mandy Moore fan? Ugh, I don't know if I can forgive that.
I actually don't know who that is. Is that bad?
What?
Hey, you never know who anybody is anymore.
Bro, listen,
You know
I'm just.
what? He's not.
I'm
They're
just.
not the only one. It's me too.
What?
Bro, I'm just not part of Lost Generation. Don't come for me. Like,
Don't come for me.
Have you seen This Is Us?
Yes.
The mom in the show used to have a brief singing career back in the day.
Oh, and Mandy Moore plays her?
Yeah, that's Mandy Moore, right?
I'm not even sure.
She played
Also-
she played
Hey,
Rapunzel
hey.
in Tangled.
I was about to say that.
Oh,
If you've seen Tangled, Rapunzel is played by Mandy Moore, so you've heard her music.
Oh, okay. Then she's pretty good.
Okay.
There we go.
I
So the
love
question
this
has been
application, and we've added, so write a love letter to me. So we have the application in chat. You guys, if you have Facebook, circulate Adore's Looking for Love, and I think we're going to make a show out of this. Okay,
is
we're
it
making...
bad that I would unironically do that? Like, I want to have like a bachelor kind of thing.
Yes,
Like,
let's do it.
Oh my god, yes.
A Bachelor series.
Okay, guys, so we're going to end it
So-
here. If you guys want to say anything, any last minute thoughts? Before we
I
go?
would say here in terms of toxic relationships, just like if any of these things resonated with you and you're not sure, like this is what If you're a girl, this is what girlfriends are for. If you're a guy, this is what guy friends are for. If you don't have a gender, this is what friends are for. Just like reach out, ask people, communicate. Communication is absolutely 100% necessary, especially on an internet platform.
And you
I
have
have
to
some
remember.
Oops,
Sorry.
sorry.
You have to remember that you, as a person, you are important too. You need to be able to take care of yourself, because if you can't, a lot of stuff can go wrong.
Absolutely. You have to have your boundaries, know what they are, and not be afraid to tell people what they are too. And that's a part of self-care as well.
And I want to add something. If you do lean on a friend, which is like 100% okay, you can also drain your friendship very quickly if you remain in that toxic relationship for years and years and always are complaining about the same person treating you the same way and spinning your wheels. So not only look for support, but look for a way out.
Yeah.
Don't just lean on a friend for a temporary band-aid to your relationship. Just because you have a friend doesn't mean they constantly, and it's not a burden to vent to your friends. It's a burden to vent to them and continue the same role.
My God, Skylar, you're such a boss. I adore you. Just wanted to put that out there.
Aww.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Crimson,
Skylar.
everyone's asking you, could you put the SL name on the application as well? But yes, Skylar, that's so true.
I can do that.
You can't just leave your friends and just say, guys, he's not doing this, he's not doing that, or she's not doing this, she's not doing that. Please, maybe you could do it for a little while, but you also have to really think about your future and how you're gonna extradite yourself from this situation. I hope that's the right word. But if not, you're just gonna worry your friends, and they're gonna have a lot of anxiety and feel pain over your situation.
Yeah. And they will distance themselves from you too at a certain point.
Yeah. Go ahead.
That's what I was about to say. There will come a point, if you keep doing that, where your friends will not want to be your friends anymore. So for their own sanity. So
you have to love yourself more. You have to love yourself.
All that. Skylar, you're in my head right now. Get out.
Okay, Kiyomi, what were you gonna say, honey?
Okay, this is actually very important. This is for the younger generation that's just starting out. For people around 17 to 20. Okay, some of you know I started out on IMView about maybe 17 years ago or longer. But I met him, I was young, I had just turned 17, and I had met this guy. And he taught me into doing live sexual cam, and I did. And ever since then, I have always regretted it, and I still regret it to this day, even though I'm in my 30s now. And so I just want anybody to know, even if they're on IMView, Second Life, no matter what you're on, you will regret it eventually, and it will stay with you your whole life if you do something like that. I'm just letting anybody young know that it will stay with you.
I'm so glad you said that, Kiyomi, because I do see a trend. So when people are intimate in SL virtually, it used to be text-based. Now it's voice, and it's quickly escalating to cam, right? So, and it's sort of kind of becoming a requirement. I think the next thing I'm going to do is seven something about SL social medias, but more social medias in terms of pictures, how much information you should share, 7 responsible ways to share information in Second Life, something like that. I'll do my next talk, because we kind of flirted with the idea earlier.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good idea.
Azaya's hey, Mika. And then Katie says Skylar's one of the most centered people I've ever spoken to. It's so true. Skylar's my sounding board. She's the voice of reason and super laid back and unbiased.
So flattered.
Yeah, we all love you, Sky.
Yeah.
It's back. Big hugs.
Huggles.
Anything else, guys, before I release this wonderful group of co-hosts? Go ahead, Adore.
I want to say something, and I need everyone to just stop what they're doing and listen to me, because it's very important.
Go, babe.
It's Britney, bitch.
I knew that was coming. Oh, God. I'm not being serious. Oh my god.
All right, guys, have a great night. I'm gonna end the stream here. I love you guys so much for watching and spending Saturday, because I know 90 Day Fiance, all these good shows are playing right now. So thank you for
Shit,
spending
this is
time
better
with
than
us.
90 Day. What you talking about?
I love me some 90 Day Fiance. I have to question, like, would I even watch my own show? Would I even stop this show to come back? But guys, thank you for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll put everyone's YouTube channels down here. It'll be up in the morning, okay? Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye. Take care.